There Are No Rules, a short audio by Ryan Moran. Enjoy. I'm not really good at sales. Well, actually I am. It really just depends on the context. Something about hardcore persuasion gives me a weird feeling, but when it comes to softer approaches, I do great. Most salespeople would say I miss way too many opportunities, and they're probably right. However, I've realized it doesn't really matter. In most endeavors, business or otherwise, I constantly find myself worrying about the most effective route to take. Inclination tells me to do one thing, but practicality pulls me in a different direction. These internal battles create confusion in my life, which slows my overall progress. But the good thing about difficulties is they force reflection. And through endless amounts of writing, I think I finally solved this problem for myself. What I've discovered is that all paths can be the right or wrong path depending on context. Let me explain. In the early days of trying to make money online, I was living hand to mouth. In 8 months of being jobless and trying to figure it out, I drained my savings of $8,000 down to $300 and barely hovered around that mark for several months at a time. I didn't want to move back home, and the voice that was ringing in my head this entire time was saying, you have to directly outreach to businesses to sell your services. This, of course, would be the fastest way to make money online, so I started cold outreach. After several months of doing this, I landed a couple clients, but nothing really stuck. I was struggling to survive on my own despite all the effort. For a time, I gave up on cold outreach. After a few weeks of thinking, procrastinating, and getting nowhere, I said, fuck it, I'm going to do what I really want to do despite all logic. Through months of testing Google Ads, when I should have been selling, I spent a lot of money, but in return, learned a lot too. One thing I noticed while learning was that there was no good guides on YouTube for running Google Ads. Most people were just trying to sell their courses and services. No one was giving away the goods. I spotted an opportunity. Despite not being an expert, I knew deep down I could create the best content on YouTube by doing what no one else was willing to do, give away everything. There was no clear way this was going to benefit me, nor was this even on my mind. I created videos just because I could. Most people are unwilling to share everything they know because they're afraid that the other party won't need them anymore. I'm not going to lie, this was my belief as well, but ever since then I've learned otherwise. The reception on my videos were amazing. Not only did the comments speak volumes, but people started to reach out through email wanting to do business. I started landing clients left and right and connected with tons of entrepreneurs that are still to this day friends and mentors. YouTube is a powerful force, but this isn't actually the point of this post. What I discovered within the past couple years is that truth requires context. Direct outreach may be the fastest way to income, but if the person only does it for a few months, the results won't have the time to compound. However, if the person is more inclined to create content, they'll likely continue producing for years. Napoleon Hill was onto something when he said that bad plans executed with definiteness beat even the best plans that are unbacked by definite action. It seems that definiteness comes not from simply choosing to do something based on practical reasons, but from a deep need to express something your soul knows to be true, despite all logic and reason. The thing that blocks us from expressing this truth are the mental rules we create in our heads. I was creating rules such as I have to be extroverted to be good at sales. Cold sales are the fastest way to make money online. Passion doesn't matter when it comes to making money. All these rules were accepted as absolute, but nothing in this world is absolute. Everything requires context. Most of these rules were not based on experience, but rather the voice of random people in the online marketing community. The tricky thing is, most of these beliefs are stated by some of the most experienced individuals in the marketing space, people I should have been listening to. There's this weird balance between needing to listen to experts while at the same time being willing to trust your own judgment and go against norms. This applies to all areas of life beyond just business. A couple days ago, I was talking with my buddy Ron Pascal, and he mentioned a belief that we both had in common. He mentioned, paraphrasing here, I used to think there was no one in Boston to connect with who was doing anything big. Ron's already aware of the absurdity of this statement, but notice the absolute nature of the words no one and anything. Surely, if one were to spend some time searching, they could find someone doing something in the area of Boston. The situation is nuanced, but the brain isn't inclined to handle nuance as well. The brain is biased towards thinking in absolutes. The problem arises when we want to change but hold untested beliefs built on shaky grounds. My rules around business stemmed from things I heard from marketing gurus, while Ron's may have been stemmed from previously frustrating moments of personal experience. But could we really say we exhausted all options? Did we really challenge the belief through rigorous experience, or did we blindly accept these as law? Ron also said something that struck a chord with me on our call. I asked him what was driving him to pursue big goals, and in more or less words, he told me, because I want to and I can. Something so simple really hit home to me. When you really contemplate on the meaning of life, you come to a dead end where logic can no longer penetrate. It's at that point where all you're left with is a choice, and the only reason to back it is because I want to and I can. If you made it this far, then damn, you a star. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Make sure to rate this if you thought it was valuable, share it with your friends who need some inspiration, and also make sure to hit the subscribe for more content just like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been Ryan. Cheers.